What the hell do you want?
I owe you an apology. I should never have considered you a suspect.
All right, it's accepted. Now get out.
I'm here to arrest your son for the murder of Professor Nicholson.
Well, that's a damn poor joke, Lieutenant.
It's not a joke.
You don't say a word.
That's very good advice. It can be used against you.
I'd like to say something, Lieutenant. You know, you have a very transparent mind, which in no way implies clear thinking. You're assuming that my son's admission that he stole Professor Finch's theory provides him with a motive for murdering Nicholson, who could have exposed him, right?
That's right, sir. I did make that assumption.
That's all it is, an assumption. You can't prove a thing.
Oh, I can prove it. I can prove a lot of things. I don't need that motive. He had another motive, a less complicated motive. Give me that report. One of the oldest motives we get down in homicide.
What the devil are you driving at?
Woman married to a man twice her age. And a young lover.
That's a lie!
Neil, don't let him entrap you.
I don't have to entrap him. I got plenty of evidence.
You can't have.
By your own admission, you canceled your 8 o'clock flight and you came here to talk to Margaret Nicholson.
Yeah, that's right.
You left her at 10 minutes to 8. You were here on the grounds of the Institute, and the murder took place between 8 and 9. You drove car number 8?
I think so.
Don't think, son. Give me that log. Car number 8. Signed out to Neil Cahill. I had the tires removed from car number 8 and run through our lab. In the tread of one of those tires were some grains of impacted tobacco. Give me that tobacco. This is the same tobacco that Professor Nicholson imported from England. This is the same tobacco that he used in his pipe. The same pipe that was crushed in his driveway by the car that killed him. The same car that you signed out for, the car that you were driving.
This is a frame-up.
I'm not finished. Mr. Whitehead. Where are you employed, Mr. Whitehead?
At the Shangri-La Motel in Palm Springs.
Do you recognize anybody in this room?
That gentleman and the lady that left a minute ago.
I've never seen you before in my life.
Where have you seen this gentleman and that lady before, Mr. Whitehead?
At the motel, sir. On the weekends for the last few months. They check in as man and wife.
You fool.
Dad, I swear to you, that man is lying!
Arrest him and book him. Thank you very much, Mr. Whitehead. Advise him of his rights in the car on the way down.
Lieutenant! Lieutenant! Lieutenant!
Right here, Doctor.
All right, Lieutenant. You win. I did it.
Did you, Doctor?
I don't know whether or not you'd really hang this on Neil, but you're a strange man. It was a bluff I couldn't afford to call. How'd you know?
I suspected you 10 minutes after I met you. You see this match? It wasn't used to light a cigarette. It was used to light this cigar. And it's burnt from top to bottom. Just like this match. Burnt from top to bottom. But this match was found in an ashtray in Professor Nicholson's living room. The room was cleaned at 5 o'clock. After 5, there were only 3 people in it. Mrs. Nicholson, but she doesn't smoke. Nicholson himself, who smoked a pipe, but who used a lighter. And the third person, the murderer. That first day, I couldn't give a hoot in the hell about a thief. I was looking for a cigar smoker. And there you were. No, sir. The problem wasn't so much who did it. The problem was why you did it. son doesn't smoke cigars. Father smokes cigars. Father loves his son. The father loves his son. You did it to protect your boy. That's what I was banking on. That's why I staged that scene in there. I apologize for the frame-up. Your son will be released in an hour. I figured out how Eddie King got in here that night. He didn't use the key that was removed from your car. Mallory had changed that lock, and obviously he didn't use this key. The fact is, he didn't use any key.
Well, how'd he get in here, then?
He walked. The door was open.
Well, the door was open.
Yes, sir. You see, the air conditioner had broken down. That's why that window was open. You can actually hear the street noises on the tape. But you know, an open window on a muggy night's not much help. So I think Mr. Mallory must have opened that door. That created a nice cross breeze here. Now, when Mr. Kane arrived, well, the door was open. He just walked in. Mr. Mallory must have turned around and he shot him.
All right. If that is true, and it sounds conceivable enough to me, but I don't see how that changes anything.
About what, sir?
About what happened. Now, look, Columbo, I have had you up to here. And frankly, I'm not interested in locks and keys and open doors and air conditioners and how he got in here. What the hell difference does it make how he got in here? The fact is that some crackpot war veteran came in here, shot and killed Alan Mallory, and then frames me out of some insane belief that Alan and I stole his lousy little story. Now, that's all I know. And that's all I'm interested in.
Mr. Walbert? I thought that name might mean something. Let's see if we're talking about the same Mr. Walbert. We know you two fellas know one another, so don't bother to hide it.
No, you're wrong. We don't know each other. Now, this young man may have seen me going into Alan.
That's a lie.
I resent that.
Mr. Greenleaf, you told me that you knew nothing about the contents of Mr. Mallory's new novel.
That's right, I don't.
That's another lie. Thank you, officer. Good evening, Norman.
Good evening.
Met this young man the night of the murder. Works for a manuscript service. Picks up Mr. Mallory's tapes, takes them to his company's office. The next day, the typist transcribes the tapes. Then he returns the tapes and the typed pages, except for the extra copy, which he passed to you.
Now, that's nothing but assumption. It's pure speculation.
I've checked your bank accounts. You made 5 monthly cash deposits of $1,000 each. Now, a court might want to know where you got that money on your salary.
Now, you look at me. You don't have to say anything.
I'm not talking about losing your job. I'm talking about murder.
Don't you say a word. I'll call my lawyer.
He's involving you in a murder. Was that part of the deal?
Look, I did get a set of the pages to Mr. Greenleaf, but I'm not involved in any murder. I don't know a thing about a murder.
I believe you. Go on home now. We'll get your statement later.
Thank you.
Go on.
All right, Columbo. So he testifies that he gave me those papers. What's that mean?
It means you knew everything that Mallory was writing, day by day, including the ending.
And even if I knew the ending, that still doesn't mean that I was the one who murdered the man.
For $100,000, you don't kill off Rock Hudson. In this synopsis, which you gave me, which you claim Eddie Kane wrote 9 months ago, the hero saves his men and he goes off to live in a monastery. I hate to tell you this, sir, but There is no way that Eddie Kane could have had that idea. It wasn't even Alan Mallory's. It was given to him by his agent, Miss McCrae. And for the life of me, I cannot figure out how Eddie Kane could have written an ending 9 months ago that was only invented last week. I guess you see my point. Sir?
Get on his way up, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Sir, I realize that your wife appeared to die in the pool. Actually, she died in the bathtub.
What are you talking about?
Right this way, please. Right this way.
Yes.
Room 13.
Right.
It was the water in her lungs, sir.
Commissioner?
The water in her lungs. There were traces of soap.
Duffy, check that bathroom. You, get the kitchen.
You see, sir? As soon as I saw the body, I knew right away something was wrong.
You did, huh? Check behind that stove. Get under the sink there.
I knew something was wrong because of her outfit. What she was wearing, the tear in her dress. You see, I had to ask myself the question, why does a woman go to an important testimonial dinner knowing that a sleeve is torn? Got a whole closet full of nice clothes. So the one thing that I knew, she was not on her way to the dinner when she was drowned. So now it follows. She must have been drowned earlier. Now I find out about the soap. That places it in the bathtub. You see, a couple of hours before her body was dropped into the pool, somebody drowned her, and somebody dressed her.
The medical examiner's report set the time of death at 7:30, Columbo.
Yes, sir. But that was based on your eyewitness testimony. Now, I spoke to him. He said it could just as easily have happened a couple of hours earlier.
All right, suppose she did die in the bathtub. So Jessup surprised her and killed her. He dressed the body and threw it in the pool to make it look accidental. So
No, sir, that's not possible.
hit that radio.
You know why? You see, the bathroom, the bathtub, the faucet itself, everything was bone dry, including the towels. Not even slightly moist. That was the first thing I checked, sir. No, she had to have drowned before 6, maybe even before 5. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been that dry. Long before Jessup got there. As a matter of fact, just about the time that you came home for supper. Commissioner, I believe you killed your wife. And I believe you either killed Janice Caldwell or you're covering up for it.
You just lost your badge, my friend. Come on, keep digging. Yes, sir.
At first, I thought Mr. Caldwell was responsible. But that didn't work out because of the nightgown business. And then the next night when your wife was killed and you had that terrific alibi, then it suddenly hit me. You were in it together and you're trying to blame Artie Jessup. And the truth is that Jessup was nowhere near either house either night.
Commissioner. He wasn't, huh? All right, how do you explain these? Janice Caldwell's jewels.
I can explain it. You took them from the Caldwell house, you hid them, and today you planted them here to incriminate Mr. Jessup.
You're crazy. You can't prove anything like that.
Sergeant Randall? Here, sir.
You. Commissioner Halpin says he found those jewels under your mattress.
That's crazy.
You're a liar.
Hey, I don't even live here.
What?
I can verify that. He doesn't live here. I live here. These are my shirts. That's my underwear. my brother-in-law. It's my nephew, my niece. I haven't lived there long. Just moved in. You see, the apartment was vacant for 3 weeks. I just signed the lease. You looked in the closet. Those were my pajamas and my bathrobe.
The file folder, the report on the desk.
Yes, sir, I'll have to take responsibility for that. You see, I persuaded Mr. Jessup to telephone Mr. Caldwell, knowing that Caldwell would contact you. I was sure that once you knew the true identity of the burglar, you'd try and incriminate him. So this morning, very early, just after I signed the lease, I made up a new file folder on Mr. Jessup. Everything was the same, except this address. Only one person beside myself knew this address. That was you, sir. Finally got some hard evidence. What is that, Doctor? I'll be a son of a gun. A calibration converter. You have the key to that case? Looks like a 22. Fit nicely into a 45 automatic. That's why the barrel and the chambers were clean when ballistics checked out the gun. That's a lovely touch. A converter. I never figured on a converter. And one hidden in a lamp. Doc, I would have sworn you had a gun hidden in here. And I was trying to smoke you out. But I never figured on this.
A subliminal cut. You used a subliminal cut.
Oh, quite a few subliminal cuts. From some photos I made. Came in here with Milt last night and we shot some pictures. It must have been the ones around the lamp. Those are the ones that did it. Maybe it was that fella.
Let me see, may I?
We had him processed last night and we cut him into your movie this morning.
Well, one thing, Lieutenant, you'll have to admit, you never would have solved it without using my technique.
That's right, Doc. If there was a reward, I'd support your claim to it. Officer. They were all ruined, weren't they?
Well, these are just some inferior wines. I was trying to...
Chateau de Sceaux, 1938, inferior.
Well, a great label doesn't always denote a great wine, you know.
Thursday the 20th. That's what did it, sir. You know, it got very hot in that vault with the ventilation turned off, but that one day, that Thursday, it hit 109 degrees outside. So inside, the temperature went way up, over 150 degrees. Wine overheated. That was it. That's why I mentioned that hot day outside the restaurant. I knew it would ring a bell. I figured you'd have to get around to disposing of the wine sooner or later. It must be killing you to throw all this stuff away.
Yeah, you've no idea. It's like... How did you know?
How did I know? Well, sir, you mind if I smoke?
Oh, no.
I did a terrible thing, sir. You remember that day when we were in the vault and I kept saying if somebody got locked in here, there would be no way for them to get out? And in order to prove me wrong, you closed the door and you left me in there alone? Well, I took that opportunity to steal a bottle of port. Your port. Ferrier Vintage Port. 1945. That's right, sir. That bottle of wine in the restaurant, that was your wine. See, the wine steward was in on it, and you did the rest.
I certainly did, didn't I? Yeah. That's ironic.
Sir?
Well, I'm probably one of the few men in the world who could have told you that wine was spoiled and told you it was because it was overheated.
Yes, sir. It required a very delicate palate.
Hundred and 9 degrees? Is that some kind of a record for that day in the year?
No, sir.
Notebook.
No, sir. It hit 111 in 1938 and 111 in 1870. The Weather Bureau doesn't keep records before then.
That's a pity. I would have liked it to be a record. Shall we go?
We'll take my car, sir. It's parked right around the corner. I'll send somebody to pick up yours. Do I get a confession, sir?
Oh, yes, I'll confess. There's no remorse attached to it. It's a great weight off my mind, as a matter of fact.
Why is that, sir?
Well, you see, Karen had guessed the truth. She was turning the thumbscrews on me. She's quite a little Iron Maiden, that lady. I guess freedom is purely relative.
Who's going to look after all this? The grapes and plant?
It'll go on, sir.
It's the only place in my entire life where I was ever really happy.
I took the liberty of bringing along a surprise.
Huh? Montefiascone. That's an excellent dessert wine.
I was hoping you'd like it, sir.
And very suitable for the final course. You've learned very well, Lieutenant.
Thank you, sir. That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me.